song. Hey, it's a beautiful morning to be alive. It's a beautiful morning to see all your smiles. It's a beautiful day to sing along on the daily antidote of song. Yeah, good morning. Grand rising to us all. It's 2022, people. It's 2022. Seems like I haven't seen you for a whole year. It's great to see you. Awesome. Thank you. Do that for a moment. How's everybody doing? How's everybody? I see thumbs up. I see smiles. That's the best thing. That's the best thing. Let's all take a breath. It's a beautiful day to be alive. It's a beautiful day to see your smiles. It's a beautiful day to sing along on Daily Antidote of Song. So I'm Arnaé. I'm your host for this Friday edition of Daily Antidote of Song, which is lovingly brought to you by the good people at Carpe Diem Arts. Give them a hand, y'all. Give them a hand. You come here every day. You get fed. You get your medicine every day. Show your love. Show your love. So today is day 5 of 2022 New Year, New Friends Week. How many of you all have made new friends this week? Put it in the chat. We want to know. We want to know. Put it, but do it safely. So if you're driving, text talking, something like that. Only safely. Okay, so as always, we have a very special guest in the room this morning, a very special guest who we'll get to after we say greetings to our Facebook Live family. Wave to them. Come on, y'all. Hi, Facebook. How are you doing? Hi, Facebook. All right. And then let's say greetings to each other. To your Zoom roomers to the left, Zoom roomers to the right, Zoom roomers to the top, Zoom roomers to the bottom. We know what to do. We know the drill. And I'll start out by saying hello to Busy Graham. I don't see her yet, but I'm sure she's here. Let's wave to Busy. Jojo Rossi, who's masked up on the road. On the road. And the ever lovely Katie, our ever faithful, ever trusted, ever true Zoom guru. Give it up for Katie. Letting everybody in here. Okay, I'm seeing tigers and bears and mooses. Oh my, I'm seeing so many things. I love it. Okay, let's get started with the Zoomers in the room. I see Mob and Babel. Okay, y'all did that on purpose. Mob and Babel is here. The new attractions to the Zoom room. I see Sandra Moore, Brian McLaughlin, and Annette Perrone. And there's Arlene and Tony the Tiger, who's great, is in the room. And there's Busy Graham. I see Cricket. What are you holding, Cricket? We'll come back to you. Put it in the chat. Whatever you're holding, put it in the chat. I see Joni. I love that backdrop. And my friend Susan G. Oh, happy 2022. And 649653. And Aloysius is not in a car. Who knew? And there's Kristen and Christiana and Bob and Don and some curly tops. I don't see no curls. Show some curls. We need curls. Oh, there's curls. Curls galore. Curls galore. I love it. There's Julie in Ontario and Sherry Shakti in New Hampshire and Angelic Carolyn. I know that's, I know who that is. Oh, I love the angel. Miss Carolyn Wolf. And Kathleen in Albuquerque and Sheila Ginsburg and Dane Haler and Amanda and Miles. And Miles Miles is back. All right. I see Deborah in Kentucky and Bonnie in Boise. Oh, I just want to hug you. Sarah in Texas and Len and Cliff in Vermont. Good morning. And Nicole in Kentucky. Dan Walker in Vienna. And there's Caroline in Winter. Oh, wow. Why does that look like, what was, lamb chop? That looks just like lamb chop. And Susan Miller. Hi, Susan. And there's Kevin bringing it up on the top. And Deli and Storm rocking a rainbow hat. I am so feeling you, Storm. And Kathy in Virginia, Ruth in Birmingham. Everybody put your pinkies out. We gotta be proper. And Ralph and Penny and Victoria. I can't wait to come back. Barb in Virginia, Jane in Texas, Lorna in Portland, Jim in New York, Catherine in Portland. I like that color on you. Paulette Dolan. And there's snowy Nashville Ann. Or Ann in snowy Nashville. Or Nashville and snowy Ann. One of those. Okay. And Jamie. Oh, Jamie, is that? Okay, we put it in the chat what that is, Jamie. I think it's needlepoint, but put it in the chat. I see Johnny Mond, John DeMond, and Becky Kane. And there is Fred Stolnitz, and Pat in Charlottesville, and Phil in Totnes, and Nancy with the moo cow. Cat has a penguin, I think. There's Anna in Maine, and Daphne in Bronwyn, and Jojo in Ray, and Elise Witt. Hello, Elise Witt. Deborah, Joni, Jane, Carol, Hindi, Robert, Robin, LMG, Jacqueline, Martha Wagner, Student Cool, Karen Newman, everybody. It's a beautiful morning to be alive. It's a beautiful morning to see all your smiles. It's a beautiful day to sing along a daily antidote of song. All right, everybody. Good morning. Everyone has been festively greeted. Great morning. Okay. So our song leader for this morning, y'all already know him, even though he is new to the Daily Antidote performance room. So we are making it's a new year, and he is a new friend performer, although he has been here many, many times. Please join me in welcoming the wonderful Johnny Harper, everybody. Johnny Harper's here. One of our own. We could do better than that. We could do better. I love it. Good morning, Johnny.
I'm live, right? You're hearing me?
We hear you live. Welcome, welcome. It is such a pleasure greeting you on this end today. How are you this morning?
I'm fine.
Okay, I'm happy you're here. Please tell us what you'll be bringing forward today. What song? What will we be singing with you?
This is a song I wrote 20 years ago. It's in the style, out of the many styles that I have studied and played over the last 50 years. Probably the thing I'm best known for is the rhythm and blues styles of New Orleans. And this is a song of mine written in that style and then in that groove, which we call a second line groove. And I'm going to explain all that. But first, I think we should just sing the song, which you will know your part the moment you hear it. You'll get to sing it many times, and especially at the end, you'll get to sing it lots and lots of times. And so we're just going to pick it up right from the beginning here.
All right, take it away.
The song is called Work With What You Got, and we're going to get funky with it right now. Life is tough, could get tougher. I must do it like this. Life is tough, could get tougher. We gonna survive one way or another. Baby, don't let yourself get thrown. Can't do nothing but keep on going. Determination, imagination, making the best of a situation. Baby, be wise, improvise. You're doing a dance with circumstance. You do what you can do, even when it don't feel like a lot. You work with what you got. There's your part. You work with what you got. You gumbo cooks will understand. Take whatever you got on hand and throw it in the pot. Yeah, just work with what you got. Work with what you got. Twice more. Work with what you got. Work with what you got. Guitar. Down here at the corner, just me and my funky neighborhood crew. Some of us hip to the changes, some of us just got the attitude. We got a few third-hand axes, we got really beat up drums, but we got the funk inside us, baby. We can feel that spirit when it comes. The neighbors all holler along when the groove gets hot. Hell, we just working with what we got. Say it. You work with what you got. You can take that basement serenade, turn it into a street parade. But pretty soon you're rocking the block. Work with what you got. That's right. Work with what you got. Couple more times. Work with what you got. Work with what you got. And I got this part. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Now listen, this world's in a bad condition. It's hard to see, and it's hard to be free. The corrupt in power and the reign of greed are putting the bottom line above the human need. We need a new birth of compassion. It's gonna be tough to turn it around. But when you think about the next generation, Lord, it's a mission you can't turn down. It's gonna take time, it's gonna take struggle and a lot of hard thought. But you gotta work with what you got. Yeah, you work with what you got. You know the truth is still your best protection. Take a step in the right direction and give it your best shot. Work with what you got. That's right. Work with what you got. Now keep that going. Work with what on the dance floor. Work with what you move, what your mama gave you. Work with what every step you make. Work with what you the boss of your own behavior. Work with what we gon' get down, get down. Work with what down to the nitty gritty. Work with what we gon' rise up from the grassroots, from the inner city. Work with what you got, yeah. Work with what you got, well, work with what you got. One, two, three, four. Work with what you got.
Woo!
We got funky with it.
We got funky with that. Working with
Yeah.
what my mama gave us. Working with what my mama gave us. Okay, how many people in this room put in the chat are surprised to have Johnny here as our guest artist today? We have seen him in these rooms many, many, many moons and suns. But how many of you are surprised that he is here? Johnny, your background is in American music, what you call rock in New Orleans, R&B, deep blues, folk roots, uh,
Soul, gospel, funk, lots of funk.
lots of funk, lots of funk. So
Yeah.
you're
Early vintage rock and roll, 70s songwriter rock and roll like the band, so many more things.
right, and so your band
But,
leader.
but, but really, I specialize in this New Orleans funky R&B thing.
Okay, so tell us because
I tell you,
you're in the Bay Area now, right?
that's right. But I've spent many times over the year, lived in New Orleans at one point, and I've spent lots of time there. And I was drawn very early to the culture and to the funky sound of New Orleans rhythm. And that is the thing that we call it. I referred to as second line rhythm. And I
Second.
want to explain to you where that phrase comes from. See, for 150, 200 years, they have had these brass band New Orleans funeral parades. And the term second line comes from that because when you start out in a New Orleans funeral, you start out with a band, but they're playing very slowly, and they play hymns and spirituals and stuff. And the first line behind them is the family and close friends of the person who has passed on. But then everybody else in town can join in behind them, and that is what we call the second line. And the term second line refers to how those people then, when we have laid the body away, the music gets much faster and more upbeat, and the second line dancing really begins. And it can go on for hours. And uh, it refers both to the rhythms that are played in the brass band, and this is a very important part because in a New Orleans brass band, which has a bunch of horns, trumpets, trombones, a tuba, and so on, but you also have a separate snare drummer and bass drummer, and they play off of each other rhythmically. And it's heavily syncopated because they play off of each other's parts. And so the second line comes from the funeral parade, but it also refers to the way people dance behind the parade. And the verb to second line a parade means to follow a parade and dance that way. And there's really nothing comparable to it. Um, Many people have said that New Orleans, which is really different than the rest of the United States, they speak of it as the northernmost city of the Caribbean, and there's a lot to that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Line groove. I tried to capture that in this song. And
That's
then the other thing though, the other I was very lucky. I got exposed to this early on
with your dad, right? Your dad was singing and playing.
no, no, he wasn't from there. My family is not
No, I
from.
didn't ask if he was from there. I asked.
I got caught onto it early in the mid '70s. I had figured out already that the two secret rhythmic components, that's rhythmic sources of New Orleans, the New Orleans groove, were the second line drummers in the funeral parades, but also something else that I'm not sure how many of us know about, which is the Mardi Gras Indians. Now, the Mardi Gras Indians are not Native Americans. They are black folks
That's
who
right.
dress in elaborate Indian costumes,
Costumes.
which they make themselves. And
Yes.
I'm good at, since we didn't have time to get a since we didn't have time to get uh, visual aid here, I'm going to try to provide it myself here. This is a picture of the Mardi Gras Indians in their handmade costumes. And you can see how gorgeous these are. And each person makes his own costume and remakes it every year. And they parade on certain days, about 3 or 4 days a year, including Mardi Gras Day. They parade through the streets singing these unusual chants and songs that are unique to the Mardi Gras Indian culture and which are very spiritual. They're songs about pride in one's group and in one's culture. And there's really there's really nothing like it. And I had figured out early on that that was the secret source of so much of New Orleans music. Even the jazz drummers are influenced by it. Everybody in New Orleans is influenced by second line parades and the Mardi Gras Indians. And that's where that funky groove comes from.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the step, the dance that we call it, it was a two step. So you do a two step with a handkerchief or something white,
Oh, absolutely.
waving, and you're sending the spirit on. You're sending the spirit home in style. So I'm curious because you play guitar. Um, did you ever join in on the second line as an instrumentalist? Because most of those instruments are
No, not as an
more.
instrumentalist, no, but I followed those parades many times.
Yeah.
Of
Wow.
you know, and just dancing along with it, waving a handkerchief, whatever
Right.
it might be. Right. But there are great guitar players from New Orleans too, and certainly some artists like I don't know if anybody knows the Meters. Anybody heard
Come
about
on. Sissy
that?
Strut, baby. Sissy Strut. And then, of
That's it.
course, Alan Toussaint.
Alan Toussaint is one of my all-time heroes, of course, and I know so much of his songs. And I even got to play a party for him one time. It was great. Play his own songs for him. Yeah,
Wow.
he is one of my great heroes. And Dr. John, we must not leave out Dr. John, who embodied all of this. Everybody thinks of Dr. John mainly as a piano player, but he was a hell of a guitarist himself. And there are so many more New Orleans artists I could name, Earl King and Snooks Eaglin. I bet most people don't know about Snooks Eaglin.
I love that
Fantastic,
name. Snooks.
fantastic guitarist who rarely traveled out, was blind and rarely traveled outside of New Orleans, but one of the most phenomenal guitarists you'll ever hear in your life. So I was influenced by all these people, and I just tried to capture some of this thing in this song and other songs, but certainly in Work with What You Got. I think we get that funky New Orleans
Oh,
groove.
we absolutely get it. We absolutely get it. So, Johnny, I've got to ask, how did you find Daily Antidote of Song?
Uh, I owe that to one other member of this group, namely Storm. Storm turned me on to Daily.
Storm for the win! Storm for the win!
Yeah, he's Storm and I are appear frequently in a different singing group. Uh, so he knew me from that and recommended me to Daily Antidote. But uh, really, Daily Antidote is not like anything else. It's so beautiful, and the talent level is so amazing. And I just every day it really makes my morning.
Well, I love watching you. Of course, we can't hear you, but most times I know you are accompanying the artist or playing along with them. And
That's right.
and
Yeah, and
I'm always wanting to know, like, what is he doing? Are you soloing? Are you comping?
I,
Um,
I'm comping and answering. You know, it takes me 10 seconds to figure out what key the song is in.
that's
So then I try to occasionally play lines, but also play little funky comping parts. You know, if you're in A, I might occasionally play a line, but more often I might.
right. What you got?
It's it exactly. Very much in that vein.
Wow. Okay. What kind of guitar is that? Because I
Uh,
can only see the top of it.
right. It's a modified Fender Telecaster from about 1990. Um, I there's no decal on the peg head that says Fender. The reason is when I got the guitar, I got it in a trade, and I really like the sound of it. They're unusual pickups. They're not on any other Fender model. It's called the Jerry Donahue signature model. But I wasn't crazy about the neck. And so I had a guy down here in San Francisco build me a new neck for the guitar. And I was so happy with it. And I thought, actually, this is a pretty funny story, but I actually thought, well, okay, I'll make a decal, have a decal made with the word Harper in the same lettering as the word Fender. But then when I saw how beautiful the wood was, I just decided to leave it as it is.
Oh wow. Can bring it down so we can see it a little bit more.
Yeah, okay.
Oh wow.
Are you seeing it good?
Interesting.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful maple.
Wow. Wow.
Right. So right up there would have been the decal, but up on the peg head there, you know.
I see it. Yeah. Well, I don't see it. I see it, but I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah,
So,
so it's really customized, and I had it wired differently. I can get some different sounds out of it that you mostly can't get out of these guitars, you know. And so it's a very personalized instrument, which certainly suits me.
wow, that's great. Curious. Did you know Pete Cozy?
I know the name.
Okay.
It's about as much as I know, though.
Okay.
Anymore.
He was the guitarist
It's
with
9:30.
okay, thank you. He was the guitarist with Miles Davis, and
Oh, yes, of course.
he had the like 150 different tuning techniques for his
Right,
just like
right. And that's another artist who did that, of course, who created her own tuning techniques was Joni Mitchell.
absolutely, absolutely. So, Johnny Harper, how many days were you in these daily antidote rooms before you decided I'm gonna play? How many days was it?
Oh, well, I was ready to play. You know, I was invited. Storm suggested me as a player right from the beginning. So I thought, well, one of these days it'll happen, you know. And honestly, I did expect it to be 2 days from now, but here we are now and we're having a great time.
And you're ready as ever. Have you gotten back to working? Because you have a band in the Bay Area, correct?
That's right, Johnny Harper and Carnival.
Okay.
So
Uh,
obviously, we haven't been able to perform very much, although I am doing a show with them in about 12 or 13 days, and it's billed as a live recording session. We're gonna do a live recording with a small audience, and that'll be really fun. And this is the small version of the band, the version without the horn section, and so the real color of the sound comes from the harmony of me and my two soul sister backup singers who are so beautiful, so beautiful.
will you be doing this at Yoshi's?
No, we're doing it in a very small performance space in Berkeley called the Art House, and we're going to record the whole thing. We're going to record each song twice, and then we'll eventually get it out onto the internet.
Okay, so not recording and live streaming simultaneously.
No, because afterwards we're gonna mix the sound and
Gotcha,
choose which take is the best and all
gotcha,
those kind
gotcha.
of things, and it's all just part of what we do.
I love it. You'll be bringing that Crescent City magic right to the heart of Berkeley. Is that where you are?
Yes, it's in Berkeley, right?
All right.
I'm in San Leandro, but the performance space is in Berkeley.
Okay. You have a recording on your website that people can go
That's
tell us
that's
what
true.
the website is.
There is a Johnny Harper CD called "Light of a New Day," which is another song that I'll do for you one of these days. It's very much in the antidote spirit, searching for the light of a new day, and also I produce records. I've produced 25 albums maybe by other artists, and I usually play on them and I do all the arranging. So I do a lot of these different, and I teach guitar and just everything I can do to keep the music going.
You really do. I love your website. There's so many interesting elements to it, and I especially love where you write. Uh,
There's a good piece of mine about Alan Toussaint on there, actually.
I saw that. I saw that. All right. Um, so we've got the recording coming up. Any more submissions to Tiny Desk concert anytime with your band this time?
Um, hard to say. Hard to say right now.
We would vote. Will we all vote? Everybody, put in the chat. We would
Yeah,
vote for
it would be
you.
complicated. I also have a duet partner who I really wanted to bring along this time, but there were reasons why she couldn't make it. Her name's Deborah Blackburn, and she's referred to on there. Also, our little duet is called Two Medicines.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, Johnny. I think we need to hear
I
that.
think we should just do the song again, don't
I
you?
think we should do the whole song. Everybody, we got a part?
Absolutely.
We got a part?
Everybody's got their part. Work with what you got. It couldn't be
Take it away.
harder. Could be easier. I mean, and once again, it starts with this very funky syncopated rhythm. Life is tough, could get tougher. We gonna survive one way or another. Baby, don't let yourself get thrown. Can't do nothing but keep on going. Determination, imagination, making the best of the situation. Baby, be wise, improvise. You're doing a dance with circumstance. You do what you can do, even when it don't feel like a lot, what you do is work with what you got. Yeah, you work with what you got, and you gumbo cooks will understand. Take whatever you got on hand and throw it in the pot. Yeah, and just work with what you got. Work with what you got. Twice more. Work with what you got. Work with what you got. Guitar. Now, down here at the corner, just me and my funky neighborhood crew. Some of us hip to the changes, some of us just got the attitude. We got a few third-hand axes, we got really beat up drums. But we got the funk inside us, brother. We can feel that spirit when it comes, and the neighbors all holler along. When the groove gets hot, hell, we just working with what we got. Yes, you work with what you got. You can take that basement serenade, turn it into a street parade, and pretty soon you're rocking the block. Work with what you got. Work with what you got. And then this, you jazz musicians will understand. When the gig ain't going the way you planned, you still gotta hit your spot. Work with what you got. 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 And then this funky thing here. I'll bring it down. Now this world's in a bad condition. You know it's hard to see and it's hard to be free. The corrupt in power and the reign of greed put the bottom line above the human need. We need a new birth of compassion. It's gonna be tough to turn it around. But when you think about the next generation, Lord, it's a mission you can't turn down. It's gonna take time, gonna take struggle and a lot of hard thought. But you gotta work with what you got. You work with what you got, and you know the truth is still your best protection. Take a step in the right direction and just give it your best shot. Work with what you got. Work with what you got. Now keep that going. Work with what on the dance floor. Work with what move what your mama gave you. Work with what every step you make. Work with what you the boss of your own behavior. Work with what we gon' get down, get down. Work with what down to the nitty gritty. Work with what we gon' rise up from the grassroots, from the inner city. Work with what you got, yeah. Work with what you got. Well, work with what you got. One, two, three, four. Work with what you got.
Woo!
You were all rehearsed and everything.
Johnny Harper, you brought the party here today. You brought the party. Friday was the day. It wasn't Sunday. Today was the day that we needed your energy, your spirit, and your funk and your party. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, everybody.
Did you see everybody up dancing? Did you see
Oh,
that?
absolutely. I could feel it. I could feel the energy.
It was definitely in the room. Johnny Harper, everyone, let's give it up for him. Thank you so much for sharing your time, your talents, your heart, your creativity. Wow. Look what we got in the room. Thank you, Storm. Storm for MVP, people. Storm for MVP. Thank you so much, Johnny
Absolutely.
Harper. Thank you so much. And we can't wait to do it again.
Thanks, and I'll be back. I'll be
Oh,
back tomorrow.
here's a question. If there's someone in the room who's in your area, would it be okay for them to come into the performance?
Yes, it's going to be a small group, but if they email me, uh,
Okay. And how do they find you? Because they're representing all of us.
yes.
We'll be going
Okay,
in.
so this is a slightly funny email address.
Uh-oh.
It's jjmusic at ix dot netcom netcom.com. The two coms are kind of confusing. I'm going to say it again. jjmusic at ix dot netcom.com. And they can also look me up on the website, which is johnnyharper.net.
Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. Katie's
Thank
got
you.
it.
Thank you so much for making me feel welcome.
Oh, come on. You're always welcome. Your family. And now we can put you up on that ugly little pedestal. You got the performing end on. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everybody, let me hear woo woo in the comfort of your own home, please. All right.
We will do it again.
We will do it again. All right, y'all. Let's breathe this in. Let's breathe all of this goodness in. That felt good. Starting out with a party on a Friday morning. I love it.
That's it.
Okay. Few announcements before we bring this session to a close. What's coming up? Friday, January 21st. Friday, January 21st. The Community Sing, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think I might be hanging around. So come on through. You're going to have a good time. Um, Also, Thursday, January 27th. That's another day for you to look out for. The wonderful Reggie Harris will be presented in these on these streets here. Stay tuned for details. And I'd like to say congratulations to everyone, and especially Carpe Diem Arts, for reaching the 2021 fundraising goal. You all did it. Give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand. So, all of those things, all of the things that were pledged, that's coming forth, and stay tuned for those. The blue button is still on the front Carpe Diem Arts page, the blue donate button. So donations are always appreciated whenever you can, because this is where you come to get your medicine every single day.
Every day.
Every day. Yes, Johnny can attest to that. Okay, so before we say our goodbyes, I'm going to extend an invitation to whoever the new people in the room, because it's a new year, new friends. If you're new in the room, put it in the chat how you found us. If you're an artist, we might have to have Storm check you out. Hmm, that might be the way to do it. We'll go through Storm. Okay, we'll figure it out. But welcome to the room. I think it's time to say goodbye to the Facebook family. Bye, y'all.